Vitriol. In the sole required text for that Intro to Western Civ state college course I took as a freshman, in the chapter on the 19th century Industrial Revolution in England, I saw farmhands by the dozens streaming up the street from a black iron gate, their agricultural work rendered obsolete by mechanization, migrants from fields of grain in the West Midland countryside who'd sought employment in the city to support their families, creased hands and faces as smeared with soot as the chimney-sweeping children in William Blake's Songs of Innocence and of Experience. No longer rewarded for their labor by a soft pink layer of cloud on the horizon, in a dimness lit by oil lanterns, in grimed bib overalls, black boots and flat cloth caps, clogging the thoroughfares of the first big city to build the Satanic mills, derided in Blake's anthemic Jerusalem, for spoiling the beauty of the green and pleasant land, only to emerge in the grainy black and white photograph on the facing page from a gray mass of slurry and steam, in silhouette in the cobbled street like a herd of black sheep after the 12-hour work-day in the Birmingham factory. Predecessors of my grandfather, my uncle, and my father, who lathed sheets of metal and labored in tool and die for a coal mining machinery company in Columbus, Ohio, for more than 30 years each, who showered at work and shot the shit with buddies in the locker room before carpooling home in one or another of their shiny sedans, entering their houses by the same doors they'd left by at dawn, leaving behind in the locker at the shop clothes as greasy and yellow, safety helmets as hard and bright as those of their African-American and Appalachian workmates. Forklift operators, shippers and receivers on the docks, and fabricators in the shed who routinely lost their fingers or got bonked in the head with a beam swung by a crane, yet who remained as proud of the things they produced: shovels, dozers, scrapers, loaders, excavators, drag lines, and universal cutting machines for fossil fuel exploitation, despite the deleterious eventual effects of pollution and the unknown connection of burnt coal to climate change, as the rough, brummy blokes at the end of the workday were of practical things they made in those Birmingham mills. Textiles made from the cotton of slave camp plantations in Asia and the Americas, cast iron from the coke of ore, mined in creek beds and forged in coal-burning furnaces, steam engines that freed the manufacturing capacity of human society from the limited availability of hand, water, and animal power, sulfuric acid and vitriol, a hybrid of copper and iron that's responsible for the modern chemical industry as we know it today. For the DuPonts and Dows, the Chevrons and Monsantos that make such vast and inexpensive quantities of indispensable necessities. Fertilizer, detergent, insecticide, batteries, antifreeze, petroleum, rust remover, and paint, if not also responsible for the raging epidemics of cancer that began to ravage their reproductive organs, the breasts, endometria, cervixes, uteri, vulvas, vaginas, and ovaries of women, not to mention their lungs, livers, pancreases, lymph nodes, stomachs, and brains, when the surrounding forest of Arden, celebrated as a retreat from civilization by Jacques in Shakespeare's comedy As You Like It, was surveyed by greedy speculators and clear-cut, like North America, for firewood and lumber.